She's lying. That never happened.
Hello and good evening, Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 3, Episode 13. A Matter of Perspective first aired back in 1990, but here in 2025 on Live Long and Podcast, we're just getting started. Whether you're joining us live on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, or catching the audio version wherever you get your podcasts, our mission to rewatch every episode of TNG continues. One courtroom drama, one holodeck reconstruction, and one test of truth at a time. Now, here's the guy who watched Riker stand trial for murder, Picard's balanced diplomacy with justice, and the holodeck turned into a witness stand. I'm your host, Dave Mader, and we're going to break it down with our great panel here tonight. Coming in first, he's asking what it means to put Riker's life in the hands of conflicting perspectives and whether redemption is possible when truth itself is fractured. Our spiritual leader himself, it's Kevin Millard.
Hello, Dave. What I like most about this episode is the very beginning. They take a chance to just take a shot at Picard's painting. I love it.
Yeah, like and that's the real journey of Data becoming more human, isn't it? So.
I liked when Data questioned Worf because Worf's an idiot.
Worf has like 2 lines in this whole episode.
I know, and one of them he talks to Data, and Data's like, "Yeah, I don't really trust you." I'm gonna talk.
Yeah, well, on that note, he's our technologist and cynic in chief. If the holodeck reconstructions feel too neat or the science behind the radiation damage doesn't add up, he's already raising an eyebrow, or he's celebrating the fact that Worf is barely in the episode. It's Jody Simpson.
That's one of the best parts of this episode. But anyway.
Basically, Worf just like, I'm going to escort you to this guy from the transporter room to the bridge.
That was one of them. And then later on, he talks about the weird burst they get on the sensor.
Oh yeah, he's like, yeah, he gets Dr.
Data's like, yeah, that's great. I don't believe you. Anyway, computer, did that happen?
he's like hyper radiation, and Worf's like, I don't know, I'm not a science guy. What do you want from me? Sorry, I just trying to find where in my mix it all
have
is.
To introduce our very special guest.
Of course. Well, coming in next, she's got the Lego builds. She's a first time watching the Star Trek The Next Generation, but she's here to break it all down. It's the great Becky Robinson.
Hey, good to be here. Pretty interesting episode, I'd say.
Isn't it?
I liked it.
I didn't realize these were like your first one.
Yeah, she's never seen these episodes before.
Oh, that's
never.
Yes, and Jamil signs her up for these various podcasts.
He's like, Becky, you need to show up.
You need to go for this one. Glad to have you with us, Becky. Excited to talk about this one. This is the 62nd episode overall of Star Trek The Next Generation, which aired back on February 12th, 1990, written by Ed Zuckerman and directed by Cliff Bole. And this episode features Commander Riker accused of murdering a scientist during an away mission and faces an extradition process. And on the Enterprise, they have this hearing on the holodeck with reconstructions with conflicting testimonies, each a different version. It's very much a courtroom drama. Meanwhile, there's this radiation mystery that kind of ties into the whole thing. I've got a comment here from Norman. This is the episode that turns out to be the calm before the storm of season 3, and it is a good one. Yeah, we got a lot of big episodes coming up after this. including the
whole
next
rest of
episode.
the season's pretty good, really.
Which we got we got
one episode.
Yeah, yesterday's Enterprise coming up next, but there's still episodes like Sarek to come, and there's and of course Best of Both Worlds Part 1, which finishes out this season. But
the terrible one where Data creates a kid.
It's not terrible. It's pretty good.
I like that one.
It's actually one of the best episodes. The Offspring. Yeah.
The Offspring, yeah.
It's got emotion in it, so Jody doesn't like it. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of against
he's like, but this one less emotional. I was a big Law and Order fan as a kid.
Lesser people would be offended by that comment, Dave, but I am not.
Oh,
I'm embracing it.
Okay, I wasn't even trying to offend you, Jody.
Oh, okay.
So
I just assumed.
Yeah. I always like a good courtroom drama, whether it's in a film or a TV show. Star Trek does a pretty good job here, and this is just an extradition hearing. But I think the use of the holodeck to see all these versions of events was kind of a clever invention. I think they do it. There's that episode of Deep Space Nine. The one where Worf's on trial for destroying that Klingon freighter.
Oh yeah,
and that one has a similar thing, but we're hearing different versions of the account, like from O'Brien, and they would kind of take us into that, almost into the memory of it.
I always like episodes like that where you get the different accounts from different people, and they're wildly different.
Yeah, and this one's great, in the sense that we get Riker's account of the events, then we get the investigator and his version. He's like, "This is what I think happened." Then the widow of the guy who dies, who says, "Oh yeah, Riker was trying to force himself upon me and was totally he punched out my husband." And then the assistant, which kind of backs up the husband's or the wife's version of events. So all that there, just for them to figure out, that scientist, he was up to no good the whole time. He was actually trying to kill Riker, and he ended up killing himself in the process. Spoilers, I guess, on this episode. The guy who plays the bad guy, the scientist here, Apgar, that guy has been in a ton of stuff. If you've ever seen Scarface, for instance, he's like that hitman in Scarface that is sent with Al Pacino to go kill the kids, and then he ends up killing that guy anyway. Spoilers to Scarface, I guess, from 1983. He was also on the show called Oz I used to watch back in the late 90s, early. It was like an HBO prison show. And he was Antonio Napa. He was a mob boss guy in that show. So I was like, it's Napa. So I enjoyed this episode. We just did this as a Star Trek Radio Theater a month ago. And I played Riker in that version. I really enjoyed it. So Becky, I was
Jody.
You were Jody for that one. And Kevin was Apgar.
Apgar.
Yeah, he was the bad guy. Very fitting.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, he was.
I'm kidding.
But Jeff played the investigator, and he was even more menacing, I would say.
Yes,
I think the investigator was more menacing. Yeah.
So Becky, since this is the first time you ever watched this, I'm really just curious for your take on the episode and how you enjoyed it or not.
It was really interesting. It comes into it opens the scene, and he's doing a full-on art class in the.
Well, as you do,
and I was like, "Wow, what is this?" And it was just and I mean, I think I mentioned this before. The first time the first episode I saw it was it's interesting the way that but they're living on the ship and they're going about their typical life on the ship. But he's supposed to be the captain. He's over here in a full art robe, and he's painting. It was interesting, to say the least. And then I kind of liked how oh my gosh, was it Data? The guy that was commenting on all the paintings.
He was Salamanca, yes, of course. I'm Breaking Bad.
And it was kind of neat because you're that's clearly they're foreshadowing what's going to happen, right? But it was just I really liked the way it came into it. Again, relating to the courtroom drama too, very much Law and Order, which was really interesting. The whole thing as we're watching it, I'm okay, if it's all a matter of perspective, and we're you try to determine whether or not he's cheated with the wife.
We should start calling him Riker, Rapey Riker.
There was one shot that they showed of Riker, and it was like super. It was so creepy.
Oh yeah, like when they go into like the reconstruction from
the wife's point of view.
The wife's point of view, and it's like he's got rapey eyes the entire time.
I was like,
I'm surprised he wasn't like licking his lips and stuff.
I didn't know Frank's
really bad.
But apparently he can what he wants. So a little dangerous.
Oh my god! It was just like, yeah, it was like that was really funny because I was like, whoa, like they are really trying to push that home. But
Frank's totally overdid it, but it was so good.
Oh, he makes
like
this
how
episode.
I love how at the end they're like, oh, it wasn't even like really about that. It was about something like it was something totally different. And then the part where the radiation, I'm like, if it's seeping through onto the bridge, like this is so dangerous. And we're all just like standing around just talking about it. Like
right. Even Jody points it out. He basically says like if that radiation melts through our warp core, the ship's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
So
like, no protection though, just standing there like, well, I don't know. Like so it was a very entertaining episode.
The wife thought she was in a Jackie Collins novel. Okay. I'm not familiar with Jackie Collins. I'm guessing that's a romance novel.
It is.
Yeah, and I guess like at the end of this episode, I'm left wondering like what exactly did happen. As I don't think Riker's account is probably fully accurate either.
No, Riker's a lot like, gee golly, I wouldn't want to do that. Like that's not Riker either.
No. So it's some combination of these things.
Yeah.
Like he probably totally was flirting it up with the wife.
But I think that's kind of the beauty of the episode. I'm not sure they did that on purpose or not, but at the end, you're still got this kind of uneasy feeling thinking, I really don't totally know what happened. Like I have the scientific reason why the thing blew up, but past that, I don't really actually know.
And I also
maybe he is rapey Riker.
I also felt the ending kind of called for maybe a final conversation, private conversation with Picard and Riker.
Yeah,
but
you would think there would be some sort of finality to
where he's like, yeah, you got off, but like you didn't really act as your best self, maybe, and not to
but is Picard gonna have that conversation for the 1,000th time? Like,
and he never really has those conversations with Riker specifically. Like he'll do it with the other officers more.
I think it's just assumed he does.
But with Riker, he has got it seems like he has a different boundary, or maybe he's just like, well, this could have been me too. Maybe I would have been the one accused.
He just knows Riker can't be contained.
Right. Yeah.
Can't have character of the show.
Yeah, Kevin, you're a fan of this episode?
Yeah, it's good. I never actually thought about that before, like Becky said, but the whole thing, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with the end of the episode or why he died or why it exploded, and I think that's hilarious. I never even put that togetger until you said
it's
that.
Kind of like that, like the idea of like a prestige, right? Like oh, look what I died behind the curtain, like
right.
So it was a really nice twist.
But I think it's a clever name for the episode because the episode is even kind of telling you in its title that you kind of have to come to your own conclusion at the end of the day. Like you really don't know totally what happened.
Yeah. I have questions about I think maybe Troy is leaning too much on her empathic abilities, because you can tell just by looking at the wife that she's lying.
It wasn't that hard
to be an empath.
Well, but she says no, like she's not lying. She's telling the truth.
No, because for some strange reason, Deanna's powers only work based on if the plot allows it. And it's something that is always happened in this show, and she doesn't have any consistency.
She says, I can't detect deception from the wife, right? So but maybe that's the story she's told herself. Maybe she really does believe her version of events. But
sociopaths can beat lie detector tests.
Absolutely. Right. But they also believe what they're saying.
There's also the other chance that maybe Troy knows his history and knows that he could be capable of it.
Oh yeah, and I think everyone's well, but would Riker kill this guy because of this? It's so silly, right? It's not that he wouldn't fool around with the wife. That part we buy.
Yeah, I believe all the wife stuff, but the killing, no, come on, that's not Riker.
And it seems like a couple things too. Like it seems like they're like, well, you pulled out a phaser and shot it there. Like you'd be able to detect if he had or didn't have a phaser, right? So I'm guessing he did have a phaser, that just a small one we couldn't see.
Norman says he slept with the leader of Angel One. Picard had ample opportunities to give Riker the lecture.
Like that one had more conflict of interest involved
That
in it
did,
too.
yeah.
So and the other thing too that just stood out to me on this particular rewatch today was like the whole episode's about the holodeck and that we can create everything in the holodeck. But despite that, we need real nude models. We must have, we're not going to create one on the holodeck. We need someone for real to do this and sit there and just be naked.
How do we know he wasn't on the holodeck?
Because they're in the observation lounge, unless they've recreated the observation lounge on the holodeck.
Could they?
Well, it's not that they couldn't, but they probably would.
Everything's an illusion, Dave. This show didn't even happen.
No, it's not on the holodeck, and so it's on an episode that's so heavy on the holodeck.
They also mention in this episode that the holodeck cannot be programmed to hurt anything, like it
create anything dangerous. Yes,
it can't make anything dangerous. So what about the guns that we see on it all the time? And
it can create them, but they can't hurt you. The
I
safeties,
guess.
like there's all these holodeck kind of rules and holodeck hijinks and stuff like this. But this one is probably the more useful applications of a holodeck. And I was like, I couldn't help but think about the AI stuff too when I was watching this today, because you got an android coming in, criticizing Picard's painting. Why do people paint when you can have like a computer?
Well, if I'm doing
do
fun
it,
fact
for you.
today, I'll have a good story for that one.
Right. But why do people still want to paint when you can just create a painting out of a replicator? Like it doesn't, because people still like doing it. I know the answer. It's rhetorical in question. Right. So
Sam says Riker needs to get his either Pepe or PP under control. Either way, I think it's funny.
His Pepe. We'll say.
Was Picard really trying for that painting, or was he doing it abstract?
Oh, he was trying.
Because he was really upset when it.
Again, I don't know if I'm the one that's going to be doing fun facts, but I'll tell you the one about this one. There is actually a deleted scene where right after that happens, Picard throws red paint on the painting and gets pissed off.
Does it hit the model?
Huh?
Does it hit the model?
No, it just hits his picture. And we never see Picard paint again on the show,
because Picard considers himself a bit of a Renaissance man. He does acting and not music yet at this point.
But I'm glad they took that out, because if they made it so Picard would actually freak out about that and throw paint on his painting and have a hissy fit, I would be a little upset about that, because that's not the character,
This is dumb. Anyway, well,
he can yell about lines if he wants. That's fine, but that's about it
for sure. Any other final thoughts, Jody, before we jump into the screenshots?
Nope, I've taken up enough time, Dave.
All right, well, let's get into it. So as we do, we start this episode off with the painting class. We're told, I'm like, who's teaching the class? Is Picard meant to be teaching it? Or
I think it's actually the naked lady.
Oh, is it the lady? She's the teacher.
Lady's the one that's doing it. She's like, I'm the teacher and I'm the model.
And I'm the model. Well, that's, you gotta multitask in this time. So we see this person who Data says like it's ensign so-and-so or whatever. This guy, Lieutenant so-and-so. And then Picard, he's painting his canvas here.
In a robe.
Well, it's kind of like a cool guy shirt.
He's no stranger to robes, though. But you haven't seen that episode yet.
Oh, yeah, wait till you get to the tiny robe.
Yeah.
The tiny robe on Ryza? Is that the one you mean?
Set course for intercourse.
That's that episode is this season too. Captain's
That is
Holiday.
this season, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Captain's Holiday, it's called.
Yeah, he goes to the pleasure planet. It's a whole thing. Anyway,
what?
It's like a vacation planet. But
see what
it's
you've
also
been missing for the last 30 plus.
You don't know what the
Ryza.
Ryza is this Federation planet that's like a vacation spot where it's all it's beaches and all that stuff, but it's also
basically Bermuda in a planet.
But it's also hedonistic where the Ryzians are like, they have this whole thing about if you put a Horgon out, then they'll have sex with you. It's a thing.
Seeking Jamaharon.
Seeking Jamaharon, yeah.
It's basically the red light district of the Federation.
Right. Exactly.
So Jaxlaw says, "Did you hear about bringing back Stargate?" I did actually.
I did not. I'm not a big Stargate guy myself, but
the Stargate TV series was very.
I like the movie. I like the original movie, but
the TV series was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Not all of them, but
Anyway, let's look at Picard's painting here of this model / teacher. I don't know if he's getting her nose right, but
That's your concern.
mhm.
Your concern is the nose. All right.
Yeah, but
He also what? That's not the perspective he's looking at.
No,
Yeah.
Like,
not even close.
maybe he moved. I don't know.
Is this his first art class?
Might
or
be.
one
Might be
of
his first and
many?
last.
I don't think it's his first. He's got some shading going on there and stuff, but
look how big the vase is compared to her head.
the
Is
vase
that
is
her
like
hand? Yeah.
double the
Okay.
width of her head. Yeah.
Well, Data's gonna have the similar.
But it seems
comments
to be
here.
it's an impressionist type class, right? So it's like they're doing their own version of it.
Yeah, they're all doing different styles.
So I guess this is a popular version. I don't
Must
know.
be very popular. Anyway,
Maybe.
Picard is he's toiling away here. Then Data comes in to give a report. As he's clocking the naked lady. But he's not.
It is like I am fully functional, you know.
He's yeah, really awkward if you got like a boner in the middle of this, but you know, he's here to talk to Picard about. I guess they're heading back to pick up Riker and Jody, right? That's kind of setting up the episode here. So they start looking at the other paintings, and Data's like, "Oh yeah, this guy is doing a really good job." And then they look at this woman or this guy. No, this is the guy's. His is better than Picard's.
His
I
is
guess.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, but more close to his perspective. Then we got no, not the only decent. There's only 2 Rise episodes, and they're both good. Anyway,
I'm
then
with Norman on that one, but
I like he is who without sin. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Anyway, I like that episode. Anyway, this woman, he's all complimenting. She says, "Thank you, Data," but then they come to look at Picard's. And he's like, "What do you think, Data?" And he's like, "Not so much, right?"
he's even like got the teeth grindy action going on.
Like for an android without emotions, he
Yeah.
sure can sell awkwardness and not want to say things,
It's
right?
like,
And
I've
then
been studying awkwardness. This is
Picard's just
time.
left stunned. This was, I guess, the face before he started throwing red paint at his
Yes.
thing and giving up. He's like, maybe I'm not meant to be a painter. Anyway, then we head to the planet, which is where this action is going to take place. The station, which is just the station from Wrath of Khan, regular one.
Oh shit! It
Oh, yeah.
is.
It is regular.
I never noticed that.
Like, well, they're getting multi-use out of it. So Picard meets up with Jody, who's already returned to the ship, and he was like, "Hey, where's Riker?" And he's like, well, you kind of stayed on the station." And you can tell Jody is kind of holding back here. You don't fully understand why, but he's like,
He's like he's being rapey again.
Picard's like, "Okay, Brian, are you bringing back Riker?" And Brian's about to bring him over. Riker says, "I'm ready to leave now. So stand by for transport. You've got 2 days and 2 nights from Enterprise." That is true. I'm not. That one's okay. But anyway, so the station blows up. Everyone, see you later, regular one. And
Again,
Picard,
even.
he's the best first officer in the whole damn fleet. I can't lose him. Do you have him, O'Brien? Do you have him? Stand by. I gotta press some buttons. Boop boop boop. And then Riker does materialize.
Just says
Look-
PC load letter. What the hell does that mean?
And Riker materializes with like this face on, like he's like, "What the?" Like, he's smelling like the worst thing he ever smelled.
Because he got grabbed right as the guy
thing's
was trying to
exploding.
kill him,
Oh,
right?
the explosion.
So he's kind of feeling like
Well,
that
He's
felt
pissed
weird.
off at the doctor, right? The doctor's a dick.
Yeah, he just had a
Like,
not so
yeah,
pleasant
believe it.
conversation with the
Yeah.
doc.
Basically, anybody who's ever been in customer service has had that face.
Right. Anyway, they're relieved that Riker is saved, and Riker goes, "Why are you so surprised to see me?" He's like, "Yeah, because the station just blew up, Riker." And he's like, "What?" Dun dun dun. And that
Well,
is
I
like,
was in the beam.
Well, I was in the. What do you mean it just blew up? And he doesn't look. I wouldn't say that he's looking sad. He might even be looking guilty. Is that maybe on purpose?
You know what, Dave? I bet it's a matter of perspective.
It's a matter of perspective, of course. And that is our teaser for the episode as we after the credits and all that business. Our title card, A Matter of Perspective, with the Enterprise going that way. Anyway, Brian's going, "I don't know. My instruments aren't sure. There was an energy surge. Not quite sure, Captain." He's like, "Well, look into that, O'Brien. Get back to me."
Why is Worf standing over there?
That's where's his station.
No, his console is more over.
Well, he's Wants to be in the
There's a
show.
console
He's
there
not.
too.
He's not in the
Well,
show very much. He's like, I'm barely in this episode. I'm going to
He's
stand
like,
here.
He probably just itched over as they were doing the lineup. He's like,
Must be.
I'll be in the
Anyways.
shot.
So Riker visibly distracted throughout this first conversation on the bridge. This is before he's accused, and they're trying to get Jody to look into things, and Picard's like, "Hey, Riker, what happened over there?" And Riker wouldn't even look at him. Riker's very deep in thought, looking a little guilty.
Again.
Yeah, not acting himself.
No, he definitely isn't.
Maybe you should tell me what the hell happened over there. Riker's like, yeah, it's a long story. We'll if only we had a holodeck to tell it all.
If only we didn't have 4 versions of it.
Right. So there's the investigator guy is here to talk to Riker, which Worf, this is the only 2 things Worf does in the episode. Worf meets him in the transporter room and takes him to the place.
I am your bellhop.
Yeah, he's basically a bellhop here, leads him here. And then he goes, "Are you Riker? You're under arrest for murder."
This guy's such a dick. What audacity to walk onto the bridge.
He walks on a bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like,
here you go.
And the guy who plays him is Craig Richard Nelson, who I always confuse with Craig T. Nelson, but I guess they're not related. But he's what's up, Riker? And so Picard's like, well, come talk to me in my ready room. And Riker's left in command of the bridge, but you can just see everyone on the bridge just kind of staring at Riker, like, did Riker murder someone? There's kind of,
or
just
they're
like
thinking again.
We
don't know all of them.
Yes, exactly. So this conversation here between Picard and the investigator Cragg, where Picard's like, I'm sure my officer had nothing to do with the murder. And he's like, well, I think he did. And I'm taking him back for sufficient reasons. And by your own Federation law, you have to give us jurisdiction here. He's like, that's only if I think there's sufficient evidence. That's what the official captain's prerogative is under Starfleet regulations. So we have to have hearings. He's like, well, we can't have a hearing here. We're gonna have to go to the planet. He's like, no, we gotta stay here on the ship, and go through all the details. So Picard's like, you have my word as a Starfleet officer. And he's like, well, you can just leave whenever you want. You're in a big ship. Like, what's to stop you from leaving? At least you have to post bail or something. Anyways, Picard's got an idea. Let's call Data. So Data gets called in for to help this next things. And I love how when Data gets called in,
Riker's
just lurking outside, like looking at it, like, what are you guys talking about there?
Can I come in, Papa? Papa, can I come in?
Like almost unlike Riker to do this too.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I think this episode kind of works, because he is not the character that we normally know.
And we're kind of, I guess Riker's murdering people now, but what the heck is the story here? So yeah, Data gets put with Cragg to kind of get all the holographic stuff working together. And the important detail that's mentioned here is that we want you to recreate the laboratory and like the station up in the most incredible detail, in the most which doesn't seem necessary for what their purposes are, just to recreate the events. But that's it. We got Jameel Robinson saying, wouldn't stand procedure to see the investigator pull Picard aside, inform him of the charges before openly accusing Riker in the middle. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of tact, to Kevin's point as well, how he kind of comes aboard here.
Well, he did also explain, though, that in his world, everybody's guilty until proven innocent.
You're guilty until proven innocent.
So he doesn't care. He's just like, oh, you're guilty.
Yeah,
dude.
as far as he's concerned, Riker's already, should be in jail. So that hair, yeah, it's quite the do. I gotta tell you,
he looks like a Who.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's appropriate for Christmas time. He's being like the officers in Law and Order. Interrupt him on the bridge. Yeah, coming on here. Anyway, so Picard then comes to bridge. Okay, LaForge, you're going to build everything out, work with Data, get depositions from Riker. You better get a lawyer, man, because you're in trouble. He's like, Captain, could I talk to you? And he goes, nah, it does probably not a good idea because I'm the one deciding your fate here. So maybe we should put some distance between us. And that's got to be hardest for Riker of all, right? As Picard's kind of, I don't know what to think. Everyone's feeling a little unsure about Riker. You all never seem to like Star Trek all that much. We don't. I think we like
Really?
it. You
You can
stick around for
criticize something
ratings
and still love it. Like it's.
We like
Just
it.
ask my wife; she does it all the time. But it's yeah, we will point out some negative stuff, but no, we do like it.
Or just
Absolutely.
the absurdity.
We would
sometimes
spend
of
all
ni-
this time talking
of
about it
90s
if we did.
TV, but it's a 45-minute story, so they got to get there. Anyway, so they go to the holodeck and using the holodeck in probably the most useful fashion ever to actually recreate events. I don't think they ever do it quite this way again, that I can recall. And anyway, they're gonna sit down here at a table.
The next court one is probably Devil's Due, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
That was on the planet, I think. I don't think that was.
Yeah. So we see it recreated here. This is Riker's version of events. So Riker and Jody beamed in. They met Dr. Apgar and his assistant first. And in all these versions, especially in Riker's version, Apgar is very hostile towards Riker, saying why are you here, Riker? We're not ready for you yet. Are you here to pressure me to do things faster?
Yeah.
Yes, and Salamanca from Breaking Bad. The assistant, she's a little bit more generic. But then the wife comes in, Mrs. Apgar. And Mrs. Apgar goes, be more friendly. And this is Riker's version. And that wife wanted me bad. This is what his deposition was.
Yeah, he's like, she was giving me them bangy lips all day.
She looked at me like I was a snack.
Yeah.
And
she already ate me in her head.
and I was like, no, I'm an innocent boy. I can't be doing that with you, Mrs. Apgar.
No, Mrs. Robinson, no.
You see, Riker here in this shot. Riker's like, yeah, that's what happened. And Troy's like,
he's like, I'm a honey.
Okay.
He's like,
okay.
Oh God.
I think the skepticism is beginning here for Troy. Anyway, be more friendly to it. So Mrs. Apgar takes it says, you must get quarters. You must stay here tonight. So Jody goes off with the assistant, and Mrs. Apgar brings them in for a drink. So then we got Riker, Mrs. Apgar, and Dr. Apgar all having some champagne together, cheersing to a thing. Again, in this version, Apgar very impatient, very annoyed with this whole thing. Jamil saying, in response to that other comment, you must not like Star Trek that much. Nah, I think your fandom isn't strong enough to challenge or critique what you love. These folks love Star Trek. Thank you, Jamil. We do.
Thank you, Jamil.
Anyway, so they're going through it, and this is where, Mrs. Apgar, you must stay the night. You must stay the night, Riker. Come on, I like a lot of credit to the cast here for giving us these different versions of the characters in these different accounts. It was a fun one. Where Riker's like, oh boy, I think you could say no. I don't even understand why you had to stay the night here. You can say no, I got a room on the planet. Sorry, no. And because Jody doesn't seem to stay the night here. I think Jody does go back to the planet. Anyway, but
I think the night really happens, does it?
But this is where the investigator says, "Are you saying, Riker, it was your idea to stay the night?" And he was like, "Of course, it's what happened." He said, "Okay, all right." So then he's like, "Well, let me see here later when Riker was shown to the room, and then." She touches Riker's stomach as she heads to the door and then locks the door. And now and I think, does she turn the lights down too? I think. Makes it a little darker, dimmer here. And I don't know. He's like, Mrs. Apgar, this is not appropriate.
Look at his hands though. His hands
but
are
he's on autopilot.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this is great. You let me go?
Yes. It's always a cliche here, but then the husband comes in. Oh, you think I didn't see the way you were looking at her, Riker? I will tell you.
Why is he not concerned that his wife is a tramp? That's what I'd be more interested in.
Well, he is, because he slaps her across the face here.
Well, he slaps her, and then he starts trying to beat up Riker. But
the fight is so different in all of these versions. So in this version,
really like the version where he actually punches Riker a bunch of times and takes him down. It's like in this version, this is the only version where he hits her, right? That's right.
So
and this is Riker's account.
Then he swings and misses on Riker, And then he goes down. He's like, "I'll show you, Riker. I'll take this to the whole Federation Council." And Riker's like, "Piss off, get out of here." And then Mrs. Apgar, she doesn't really say anything. She just kind of runs off. And Riker, I guess, was left to stew in his room all night by himself. What he did with his time, unclear. But the next morning, I saw Dr. Apgar. And we get this version of events where Dr. Apgar, more impatient, you're this whole thing with my wife, and you're going to tell them my device doesn't work and everything else. He's like, "No, I'm not. I was just here to look at get off my case, man." He's like, "Fine, file a grievance with my captain." He's like, "I'll do that." So this is where we get the Riker saying, "I want to leave now." We'll hear that a bunch of times.
I'm ready to leave now.
I'm ready to leave now. Let's go. And he's like, and then I left, and then I beamed aboard the Enterprise, and they told me the station blew up, and that was it. And that's Riker's account. Mm-hmm. So he's like, "Well, I have a different theory," says this investigator. "You used a phaser. A phaser? I would never." He's like, "There was a phaser beam coming directly from you towards." Did
Riker even have a phaser?
Well, if he did, it was like tucked under his belt in a way you would never see it. Like,
yeah, because I don't remember when he beamed up. He
doesn't seem
like he would. Why would he have a phaser? They don't.
I don't know.
It's a friendly facility.
He doesn't even have a tricorder, let alone a phaser. Like, it's just kind of silly.
No, he's just down there for the wife. He doesn't need a tricorder or a phaser.
He's
down there for the science, Kevin.
Well, and Picard just like, let me hear about this then. And Riker's like, "You don't believe this, right? You don't believe this. This isn't true." But Picard's like, "Okay, what's the evidence telling us?" So this is the investigator Craig's version where Riker says, "I want to leave now." But just as he's about to beam out, he swings around, pulls his phaser out of some secret pocket, which he definitely doesn't have, and fire the phaser. I feel like O'Brien would have been able to detect this, even if this was the case. But
I love that right after this, Riker reacts like they're watching an actual video. Like, this guy didn't just make it up. Riker's like, "What? That's not what happened."
What's he saying? Well, it's a space drama anymore, and it would be an opera. It will. I don't know what that means. Okay, take it down.
Basically just saying.
Yeah. All right. So Riker hits the beam into the thing. And he's like, and then the station exploded. That's how you did it, Riker. So, the investigator trying to make this case that he had opportunity potentially to do this, like, and maybe a motive of sorts. But again, like, did he have the phaser? Wouldn't the phaser be tracked? Yes, the phaser would be tracked by the transporter. Like, it can't confirm if he beamed up, down, back with one, if it hadn't been fired, like a lot. Like, yeah, none of that's looked at either. I agree, Jamil.
Yeah, because I guess the logs would know whether you had a firearm on it.
And whether
this is a different system. This is a different system of justice. They just make shit up in this one. You don't have actual evidence.
Right. And this is not a trial. This is only a hearing to decide if there's sufficient evidence for extradition. So the energy beam coming from Riker could be a phaser, but could be something else, which it is. That's why it's circumstantial. Anyway, but Riker's looking a little more cooked here. Then in the next version, that's not the next version. This is where we come back to the bridge and Jody and them and Wesley and Data. They're trying to figure it out. They go, well, there was this energy blast coming from Riker, and we can't quite explain it yet. And then Worf's other thing, he's like, there was radiation data in like the cargo bay. He goes, cause? Don't know, but it's gone now. Oh, and this is where they find it here. It is not a Cardassian trial, at least. Well, that would have been over already.
Yeah, 4 nights.
Yeah, we see that the solid duranium this radiation has melted into. It's something that they find very unusual, but can't explain yet.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, I don't know if they should be standing that close to it.
No, not at all. Seems I'm pretty sure there's something in the handbook for that. Do not stand by the burnt panels that are most likely from radiation.
DJR saying, why would Riker swing around like that and shoot like that? Also, for what reason would Riker shoot why wouldn't he just shoot the doctor?
I guess they're implying that. Yeah, I guess they're implying that it's because he doesn't want to be reported to the Federation.
Well, he wants to make it look like an
being
accident,
rapey or something.
Is what Craig is positing, but anyway.
He
But in
swings around
reality,
like
you're
that
totally
because he thinks he's sitting in a chair. You've ever seen him
Exactly.
sit in a
He's like,
chair? It's
"You
exactly
see
the same.
my lateral movement. Then Dr. Apgar or Mrs. Apgar then is the next to come in here as we're gonna get her version of events as she remembers them. And if Ashley were here, she'd probably complain about the shoes matching the dress. She didn't like the Troy's got the dress that matches the stockings and the shoes. We talked about this last day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're going with that. I guess that was more of a 90s thing.
I am clearly not a fashion expert, so I will reserve.
Becky, maybe you are.
Maybe
do you
you
like
are.
do you like Mrs. Apgar's outfit, including the shoes and the dress?
I mean, it doesn't really. I don't know. I guess it's like what 90s fashion?
Early 90s.
Early 90s?
She might be ahead of the curve, really.
Maybe.
So,
maybe.
I'm not sure why
Well,
we're
shoes are
even
a
going
choice,
this far with it.
though.
But
the shoes are a choice.
Shoes are a
Absolutely.
choice.
Anyway, so Mrs.
gonna
Apgar's
make
here.
a-
She's like, he killed my husband. He killed my husband. And
it was a
Riker's
nice
like,
touch, though, that the costume designers are like, let's put her in something a little bit more contemporary so she doesn't look like she's trampy like in the other one. Because the other one was like clear see-through and
Yeah.
all that. There was a
A
lot
little
of
bit more. This is a little.
more flesh showing.
She's a widow now. Everyone. Like,
She's a
what's-
trial. She's on court,
Yeah,
you know?
this
It's
is
gonna be
serious.
a little bit more.
Yeah, she's
slow
not supposed to be
come out,
happy.
you know?
I
Anyway,
definitely don't
Riker's
miss
like,
those
I thought we had
moments,
something
so.
special. I guess not. Anyway, we get her version of events. Now we see that conversation she talks about having with Dr. Apgar before Riker arrived, where she's like, "Oh, like don't worry so much about them," because he's like, "They're here to pressure me about my work, and I'm not ready yet, and I want to give you all these things, Manua, and et cetera, et cetera." And she's like, well, "Just be the charming, awesome guy I know you are." And then come out here. They're meeting with Riker. Now, in this version, Dr. Apgar is much nicer. He's
of course, because
he's
the
much
wife's saying it, right?
he's much more
Okay.
patient with Riker. He's answering. Riker's more dickish. And then when Mrs. Apgar arrives, Riker's like, "Oh, hello there, Mrs. Apgar."
Oh, it's so creepy.
Yeah.
You
He
know,
does a great job.
And she was like, "I'm not a scientist." He's like, "Yeah, me neither. They're kind of dumb, aren't they?"
Who wants to be a scientist when we're this sexy?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So we're seeing all this play out here. Riker just looking on in horror. He's like, "That's not me. That's not how I act."
I wouldn't have said it that way.
I wouldn't have said it quite that way. Anyway, yeah, this is one of Riker's
Yeah.
glares.
It's so unsettling. It's just so unsettling.
Yeah, it is unsettling, I gotta say.
He does such a good job, though.
And her look of just like, "Oh no, why are you looking at me like that, Commander Riker?"
Well, she makes it look like she's totally not charmed or anything at all. Like she's like, ugh, you know.
Yeah.
Her
Again,
entire recount is like that.
there's other and then real Riker looking at Picard here, going, "You're not buying this shit, are you? Come on."
He's like,
Which of course makes him look more guilty, right?
It just makes him look more
yeah,
guilty.
Picard's like, shh, my story's on.
This is like him looking over at his dad every couple seconds, like when they're telling the story here. Then we see the version of the toast with the champagne toast they had, where Dr. Apgar was way more friendly and cheerful, and all Riker apparently could do was keep staring at Mrs. Apgar and focusing on that, and say, "Why don't I just stay the night here?" And he says it was, according to Mrs. Apgar, it was his idea to stay over. She's like, "Well, it's not very convenient, and I'm not really used to it." He's like, "Make it convenient, make it work." And even Dr. Apgar is saying, "I guess we can't make it not work for you." So
What's going on with that sweater, though?
with his,
Ugh.
yeah,
They were obsessed with these like puzzle piece
Puzzle piece sweater.
sort of like Jake had those all through the first couple of seasons of Deep Space Nine.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
a lot of the civilian wear has it. Like
Yeah.
like they're kind of like segmented clothing that's been sewn
Yeah.
together.
And like the sweater color is a different color than the jacket.
yeah, it's
It's,
nothing.
it's unsettling.
Anyway,
Ugh.
so Riker, he was here for the wife. take me to my quarters, please. And she goes, well, this is my sanctuary. This is where I like to go to get away. And then he's like, is this how the door works?
He's like,
Boom.
let me lock the door.
And he locks her inside in this version, unlike his version where it was the other way around. And then he just grabs her. It's like, I thought we were in a sanctuary. She's like, no, my husband. And Riker's just like, this is crap. And then we see him trying to pull off her clothes. And he's like, you can't be buying this, Captain. This is crap. She's lying.
She's lying. That never happened. No, I would never act like that.
I would never act like this. Not, like the flirting.
We need to keep
part.
that voice clip though for when we do pods with Heather, so I can just use it.
I would never act like that. And then even Deanna's like, sit down, Riker. Come on, Will.
She's like, I'm not buying what you're saying either, Riker. Sit down.
Sit down. He just has to sit down and fine. And then we go through this version of events. Again, Dr. Apgar interrupts whatever this was happening between them. And he's like, oh, I know what you're up to, Riker. And so in this version, Riker basically just beats the crap out of Dr. Apgar, right? Like Apgar, maybe Dr. Apgar takes the first swing, I think, maybe. But Riker just punches him in the gut like twice. And Riker, there's the famous meme.
Yeah.
Where Riker can't even look, right? But I was like, yeah, I did actually punch him in the gut twice. I kind of left that out of my version, but I kind of did.
It's not my version, but yeah, that might be right.
Yeah.
Might have did that.
So he's like, I'll report you to the Federation. He's like, you report this, it'll be very bad for you, Doctor. Very bad. And then the wife's like, he never would have reported you. He was a scientist. He would have got tied up with science stuff in a day and it would have been over. You didn't have to kill him. He's like, I didn't kill him. You did. You killed him. And then she goes off here.
I like when you do the voices, Dave.
Thank you. There's a little as Picard leaves the room, he's like, hang in there, Riker, hang in there. And
I think he's like, they got you.
And then Riker asks Deanna, like, well, how could she lie like that? And Deanna's like, well, from her perspective, she's not lying. So you're both telling the truth from your own perspective.
Yeah. It's a matter of perspective.
Matter of perspective. It's subjective, of course, right? Which is, really what this episode does a good job of illustrating is that you can have the same account and have very different versions of how things play out. Meanwhile, in sickbay, Dr. Crusher was treating somebody else in a sweater. But then there's an emergency warning about the radiation. Dr. Crusher, get out here. Worf tells them to get out. And we see the next melty piece of hull here, similar to what we saw earlier. A little time jump later, Data and Wesley and Jody are looking into it and saying, if this happens again, we had a problem. But it's like every 5.5 hours. So there's gotta be a pattern to this.
5 hours, 20 minutes, and 3 seconds.
When is this episode going to be done for radio? We already did it, Jamil. We did it like a month ago.
Jamil. Jamil. If only we had somebody that would be able to set him straight.
It already exists. You're in luck. Okay. Anyway, so Riker just say we'll get to the bottom of this for you, Commander Riker. We're gonna figure out why that you're innocent.
By the way, every line that Wesley says in this episode is gold and terrible at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it couldn't have been that phaser.
It couldn't be Commander Riker. He's my buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, even Crusher's like, maybe you did it. Maybe you care. Even Crusher's doubting right now. Of course, Riker was got to pick up some allegations with the way he behaves. Picard should have had an attorney on retainer. Just for these kinds of domestic
and you're
disputes.
not wrong. The ship's big enough. They easily have a quarters that they could have for an attorney.
Yeah. And since there's no money in the future, like you can have as many people on board as you need for such things. We then get the Dr. Apgar's assistant, whatever her name is, Nola.
Which I love that her version
Tanya
is totally hearsay, and it's also Apgar's version, which is like he's the big hero in this.
Right. Well, she's like, and Captain Picard's like, wait, she wasn't even there, and he goes, yeah, but Dr. Apgar told her what happened, and he's like, that's hearsay. And he goes, well, in our society, hearsay's okay. Because he's like, yeah, Dr. Apgar's dead, so obviously we can't talk to him.
It's also okay to just walk onto some foreign ship and go, oh, by the way, I'm taking your first officer.
Well, they got a different culture.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you have to allow this under the law, and Picard's like, okay, we'll listen to your evidence. Yeah, her hair is
It's magnificent.
Bride of Frankenstein, I would say, or something along those lines. Anyway, so her version of events is that Dr. Apgar came in and it's not that it's not that Riker was the aggressor or Mrs. Apgar was the aggressor. In this version, they're both into it. They're just smooching up a story.
This is more the truth, I think.
This is more what happened, I think.
This might have happened, yeah.
Yeah, and so
for this part.
But in this version, Apgar is more the hero. He comes in and
if you notice, she's also like half stripped down now.
Yeah, she's way more like undressed, even than she was in Riker's version.
So she was obviously really for this, but he has no issues with her. He's like, oh no, I got to take out Riker.
Yeah. So we see here in this version, Apgar just like totally schools Riker, just punches him out, and is such a competent fighter. Which
yeah, he bested
I think it's
him
just
like 10 times here. Yeah.
It's just kind of like Riker being like 30 something here, and Apgar being significantly older. I think that we're meant to understand that this is not probably what happened. But we see, Apgar gets Riker on the ground, and he's like, "You're a dead man, Apgar, dead man." Like that wasn't even it. That wasn't even in the wife's version.
No.
You know, who believes he killed him, right? So she then. A little bit later on, we see this is a conversation that she can testify to that she had with Dr. Apgar. She's like, well, if he threatens your life, then we should leave. He's like, no. You beam down to the planet. I'll figure something out about Riker, whatever that might be. And then she's like, when I heard the station exploded, I knew it was you, Riker. I knew you had killed him. Really? I guess, so she leaves, and then the guy's like, look, Captain Picard, I've proven everything. I've proven he was probably the guy.
Open and shut. Didn't you hear her? She just said he did it.
She says he did it, so therefore he did it.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Riker got screwed. So then the conversation coming up here with Deanna and Deanna and Picard up in the ready room. But Deanna's like, you can't extradite him. He's innocent. And Picard's like, shut up. Of course he's innocent. They checkmated me here.
Yeah. Do you think they have enough evidence to prove his innocence? And he's like, no.
They don't even keep saying like not guilty. They specifically say innocent, right, in the dialogue, which I thought was interesting. But Picard feeling like his hands are tied here. He might have to agree to this extradition to a society where everyone's guilty until proven innocent. So good luck, Riker. But I think even Picard's like, even in a system where you're innocent until proven guilty, there could be a guilty verdict, potentially here, even though it's circumstantial. But then, just in time, the crack team here of Wesley, Jody, and Data, they've solved the radiation mystery. They talk about how there's a thing on the planet that sends up these waves, and like it would have been received by the station. And long story short, the radiation shouldn't be affecting the Enterprise or the waves, but that somehow they are. And they know why. We know what's causing it, and we know who really killed Dr. Apgar. And Picard's like, "Oh, you don't say." Well, that's
which is impressive from the fact that they didn't know anything like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
and now they not only know what's causing it, but they also know that a phaser was reflected off of a tractor beam to actually make it blow up.
Yeah, well, not a phaser, but something else.
Yeah.
So then Picard, this has all been explained to him. He's like, "Listen up, Craig. I'll tell you what really happened." And this is where Picard really, and Patrick Stewart really does it up here. Where he's like, I'm going to show you how this all really played out. Put all the pieces of the puzzle together here in a great dramatic, almost Matlock like fashion, I would say, So he's like, hey, let's see what the time index is here. And so we said when Riker first arrived, the Dr. Apgar was always saying how upset he was that they were here early. Why were they rushing him? Why were they coming here? And then this is where Picard goes. He says he hadn't made the breakthrough with the Krieger waves, but I think he actually had. He didn't want us to know that he had figured this out, how to make this new power source. But why? And they also figured out the radiation thing that because they built the lab in the holodeck to such a great extent. It's processing the waves from the planet like they would, and turn them into Krieger waves, causing the radiation, etc. So Jody gives us the whole technobabble here, and he breaks it all down. Picard is Benoit Blanc, Phasers Out movie.
Knives Out.
There was this whole part here, Mrs. Manuel, from your testimony where your husband said he wanted to give you everything. She goes, well, what's wrong with that? Nothing, but maybe he wanted to give you more. There's like the cheers here, right? With the toast, and Manuel's like, I never said that. He's like, yeah, but the point was your husband kept saying, I'm going to give you all the riches, everything you ever wanted, everything you ever dreamed of. I
think we're losing Becky here.
Are we losing you?
You're muted.
Oh.
Hello?
There you are.
Hi.
Now we can hear you.
Perfect.
You're tired. I can tell.
I am.
We were on until like midnight on our Survivor podcast.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
Appreciate you, Becky.
Thanks. I was up at 6 this morning to cover for a classroom. So
oh boy,
cut her some slack here, Jody.
I am cutting her slack. I wasn't criticizing her.
No, but
she's obviously a hardworking mom and everything else,
and podcaster. I've had her on back-to-back nights here. So
if anything, this is Dave's
the longest Survivor finale in history last night because President Trump had to interrupt it with his speech in the middle of the whole friggin' thing.
The useless speech. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, moving on. So this is where Picard, he's breaking it all down for the aliens, where he's like, when he says he's talking to the assistant that he had a plan, and they go, what was he doing when he sat down at this console after he talked to the assistant? Well, he was getting ready for Krieger waves or something. Well, why would he do that? And she's like, I don't know. No, it doesn't make sense to me. I think he was planning to take out Riker. He was worried Riker was going to expose you, that they might want to sell this thing to the Romulans or some other villain, and that's why that was why he was freaking out. So after the argument, he planned to kill Riker with a beam to make it look like a transporter accident, and that is what happened here. So and Frakes, he has no lines through here, he's quiet the whole time. He's so great with his expression. He's like, I'm getting vindicated. This is amazing. He's just so much fun throughout it.
Yeah, Deanna couldn't do anything for me.
Yeah, so we see how things as they probably did play out, almost certainly. Antonio Napa here, he tries to use the beam here to disrupt Riker's transporter beam and to kill him, but it ends up reflecting right back at the Krieger wave thing and overloading that. And you just see Dr. Apgar go, oh shit. I think that can't be good, and boom, it blows up. And it was a nice touch to blow up the entire holodeck in the process. I got here. And then we're just in the grid of the holodeck, and we pan over, and we
find out that the table's real.
Table is I don't even know if it is real. I think it's just they programmed.
Well, then why didn't it blow up?
Because it's not part of the simulation.
Did they move that into the holodeck?
Well, I think it's actually a hologram. I think they in terms of the simulation, they were fair enough, just trying to make that point.
No, I like the idea of them moving the table. Maybe they
have a storage room that we don't know about.
Well, they do have room for such things.
Well,
or they could beam it around, I guess.
Yeah. Sitting in there trying to figure out how it folds out and everything. Yeah, I like that.
O'Brien, put this back into stasis or something.
Safeties were working for that explosion. Anyway, and then Manuel looks at Crag and goes, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he didn't kill him, right? They just kind of go, I guess, yeah.
But
charges withdrawn.
She lied under oath.
Did she? And she wasn't under oath.
I guess
but-
she wasn't under oath. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is just a
It
hearing.
was just for
so-
extradition. Yeah.
Anyway, Riker's been vindicated. He's been saved, and like I said, I feel like you need a scene here with Riker and Picard, sort of thing. But instead, what we get is just a cut to the bridge. Let's wrap this up. He's like, "Hey, do we have any more business here, Riker?" He's like, "Nope. Let's get the hell out of here," and never look back.
He goes, "Can we stop by Riza?"
Yeah, it's been a very stressful day for me. And they said, okay, and they
We
even
need to stop by Riza. The doctor interrupted.
They even let Riker have the engage order here. Like Picard's like, you say engage this time. It would be cool.
You can do it, Riker. I know you can.
And that is the end of the episode. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
so Jody, would you like to hit us with the trivia and the facts of this episode? We would love to hear it.
Do that, I guess. Sure.
Amazing.
I already mentioned it, but Picard was never seen painting again. A deleted scene had Picard throw red paint on the painting after Data's crushing criticism of his work. So there you go.
Out of the mouth of babes.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to hear it. This is, of course, the episode is a source of a wildly popular Riker facepalm meme. When Minula's story is being displayed in the holodeck, Riker becomes very uncomfortable. Yeah, I guess I would be too if that story was about me. The set regularly used for the observation lounge was redressed to serve as the art studio as seen in the teaser. The table in the wall for the models of the ships in the Enterprise were removed, making the room a lot bigger. So there you go. What else do we got here? We got second episode in a row to feature a strategic shot fully nude person. Because we had
we had naked Q last week.
Yeah, we had Q last week. Yeah. In this episode, it is the art model. In a previous episode, Q was fully nude upon his initial arrival on the Enterprise. So there you go. This movie has an extremely similar plot to Akira Kurosawa's 1950 Japanese movie Rashomon. Which was
EJ asking, at the end, he's asking, but he's like, okay, fine, the doctor killed himself, but between Riker and wife, did we really confirm who was hitting on the other? And I think the answer is, I think they were both flirting with each other.
Yeah,
you were smooching with my brother.
Yeah, the plot here is also similar to Wolf in the Fold from 1967. Both stories have a Star Trek regular character acting accused of murder on a planet with an unusual justice system. So there you go.
Well, there's that episode. Yeah, the episode of Voyager. Is that the one you referenced?
No. Wolf in the Fold
original
is
series.
Original series.
Right.
Wolf in the Fold.
One with Scotty and Jack the Ripper.
But there's an episode of Voyager where Tom Paris is accused of fooling around with a guy's wife.
Yeah.
Remember? And he almost gets convicted. It's kind of like this one.
So the one thing that they also mention here is the cold open of the three people painting of a naked muse ties into the story's plot of different characters recounting their own versions of the same story. So that was a neat little nod, I guess. So that's kind of cool. And I think we'll finalize it with this one. In the episode, Tina's theme from Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, is used for a scene in the holodeck before it's revealed what actually happened between Riker and Dr. Apgar. So that was actually a score from Friday the 13th.
And I didn't know that the guy who plays Apgar, Mark Margolis, he actually died 2 years ago. I didn't know that, but he was a really good actor. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for fun facts. They're not sexy because Adam's not here. So
no, you can't match Adam's sexiness, of course.
Jody.
Well, that is our transition.
I apologize for not being as sexy as Adam.
Why apologize? It's
finally. That's good.
All right, let's rate this episode, everyone, and put a score
Heather
down.
has to get to. Not Heather. Becky has to get to bed. We got to get
She
her
does.
to bed.
Yes.
We kept her up too late.
All right. Well, let's get to it. Okay.
It's a rest.
I'll put it down. Right. I think this episode's great. I love this episode. It's maybe not. I'm a 9 on this. It's a good one. Becky.
I like this one. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
9.5. All right, Jody.
I can't wait to see how you feel about the rest of the season.
What's the next one?
Really, really good.
Yesterday's Enterprise.
It's
really good.
One of the best episodes.
Well, like you don't film till
series.
next week, right? That one.
We're doing that one Tuesday night. Yeah.
Tuesday night. Do you do like Tuesdays, Thursdays, or?
It depends on our curling game. This week we played on Tuesday, so we're doing this podcast on Thursday. But
Okay.
Yeah, we're Canadian. It comes down to the curling schedules and when
Fair.
Timmy's is open.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Jody, your score, please.
I'm gonna give this. I'm not gonna be as high as you two guys, but it's an 8.5. I think it's not as good as Deja Q in my opinion, but it's up there.
I agree as well. I'm also consistent in that way. Kevin,
I like this too, but it's an 8. Like I like a lot of episodes a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right. Well, fair enough. Okay, so we're an 8.8 average between the four of us. This has only a 6.7 on IMDb. It's not super highly rated.
No.
But,
So there you go to anybody who's criticizing us in the chat that we're just so negative on it. Apparently, we're better than most of the people.
Yeah, we make fun of the episode for an hour and then we give it a high rating. That's how we roll. And then it's got a 7.7
Like
from
even Norman came out lower than us.
I think I saw Sam in the chat earlier where he said it was
I can't remember if he actually put a thing in, but he said
great episode. He didn't put a score, but
no score from him.
Yeah.
The Offspring. That's one with Data's kid, right?
Data's daughter. It's a really good one. Jody thinks it's bad,
it's
but he's
terrible.
actually wrong.
I don't like it.
I'll jump in for that one. When would you be filming that one?
That would be I guess after Christmas. So maybe maybe I don't know. We have to either the 30th or the 1st. I have to work, but I think we're doing the radio theater on the 30th, so probably not that day.
Yeah, I think we have the radio theater.
So maybe on New Year's Day, maybe we'll have to look at that. But
Okay,
I think you'll really like that episode, Becky. So I hope you can join us for that one.
Yeah, I'll jump in for that one.
Yeah,
and I'll be well rested. So
yes, of course. Well, Survivor's over. We're 13 weeks later.
But we
How dare you keep this lady up this long?
Speaking of which, looking ahead to our next episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation review here will be on Tuesday night. That I guess is December 23rd. We are covering yesterday's Enterprise, season 3, episode 15.
Such a good episode.
Such a good.
It's got Shooter McGavin in it.
It does, and Tashier.
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere this episode too, like in a lot of ways.
And there's also another cameo in it as well, which is a very popular person, especially at that time period. That captured the ship at the end.
Guinan? Is that who you mean? Okay.
Oh, wait a second. I might be mixing it up. No, Kelsey Grammer. Oh, no,
he's not in that one.
A different one.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Same uniform style.
He comes up though. He's coming.
We might
cause
and effect. I think that's in season 5. But
cause and effect. It's so good.
But I digress. But last night, if you didn't know, Becky and I and Jamil and Josh Foster were on talking about the Survivor 49 finale. It was a fever dream. It was quite the fever dream. And
Becky didn't get to do any dreaming. You kept her up all night.
No, I kept her up all night, and we got her here all day. I saw a whole bunch of comments here from Sam talking about he's Sam because there's Riz God. He calls himself Sam God.
Sam's a big fan of.
Will you be covering the 2-week Survivor marathon? You asked me. I didn't even know there was a Survivor marathon, but probably.
When
not.
is that?
I don't even know.
I'm guessing it's just a replay of.
When will you cover yesterday? We will be covering yesterday's Enterprise on Tuesday, on the 23rd. So we are getting that one in. It's all about the Offspring is the one I'm not quite sure what.
I hope I'm on that episode, but I don't know if I am.
I love yesterday's Enterprise top 10 Star Trek episode. Yeah, it is.
I agree.
It's a great episode. It's a great episode. It will be a 10, if not an 11 for me. So next week. Anyway, great times talking to you both. Check out our other podcasts here on the network, including For All Mankind every Monday night. We will be on this what are we into? Season 4 now. 4. We'll be on season 4, episode 7, Crossing the Line on Monday night.
Almost at the end.
We're almost at the end of season 4. Season 5 is coming, apparently.
Yeah.
So look out for that. And also look out for our coverage of Starfleet Academy, Jody's new favorite show on Paramount Plus.
Oh, you don't like that one, Jody?
Terrible. I don't want to wait for lives.
He thinks it's too much like Dawson's Creek, so that's
kind of looks. It's got that Melrose Place.
It's got 90210, and it even has
actually
they even ripped off the poster for it.
They put out a new poster because that other poster I just showed got some backlash. Let me just show you what the new poster looks like.
Yeah, the new poster is different. It looks a lot more not that.
Not that. So,
okay, that looks
Yeah. You know damn well the guy at the
was...
marketing area was like, I'm gonna get in a lot of heat for this. I guess I better do another one.
Yeah. This has got a very different vibe than this one does.
So
I don't know. Yeah, they're like, we need a new poster stat.
And I thought the star power that they have aren't even on the poster, which I think was kind of weird on the first one.
Which is I think why they put
on the second one,
Holly Hunter on this poster here, right? Because I get
like how they put the Klingon in the far back.
Yeah, I think they want
he's getting
the cadets are like the star of the show. I'm gathering, but like
be,
it's but the older like the Starfleet officers are kind of like the teachers.
I think it's going to be the guy that works at the diner is going to be the star of the show. But
his name is Neelix. So watch out for that.
God, if they made Neelix come back for this, that would be even better. Right. I'd be like, wow, this is absolutely garbage. All right. Anyway.
All right. Well, we'll leave you with a quote here tonight, everyone, on this fine December evening, and we'll see you next time here on Live Long and Podcast. Thanks to Jody, Kevin, and Becky, and to all those in the comments. I'm ready to leave now.
Riker to Enterprise. I'm ready to leave now. Riker to Enterprise. I'm ready to leave now. Riker to Enterprise. I'm ready to leave now. Riker to Enterprise.
How many times are we going to do this?
Stand by, Commander.
Good night.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.